There are moments in royal history that unfold beneath the bright lights of grand ceremonies. And then there are moments that happen almost quietly. Moments whose true significance is understood only after the world begins asking difficult questions. According to recent reports and royal commentators, one such moment may now be unfolding inside Britain's most famous family. At its center are three generations of royals: a future king determined to shape the monarchy for tomorrow, a young princess who represents its future, and a queen whose role continues to spark debate across the nation. What appeared to be a simple decision involving Princess Charlotte has suddenly become the subject of intense discussion among royal watchers. Some observers believe Prince William's latest move was more than a father's heartfelt gesture. Others have suggested it reflected a carefully considered vision for the monarchy's future, one that may have unintentionally reignited long-standing tensions within the royal family. Reports have even claimed that Queen Camilla was less than pleased by how events unfolded. While none of the private conversations inside palace walls have been publicly confirmed, the speculation has been enough to ignite headlines, inspire countless debates, and leave many wondering whether this was merely another routine royal moment, or the beginning of a much larger shift in royal priorities. But this story is about far more than disagreement. It is about legacy. It is about the invisible weight carried by every generation of the House of Windsor. And perhaps most importantly, it is about a little girl growing up beneath extraordinary expectations while those around her quietly decide what kind of monarchy she will one day inherit. So what exactly did Prince William do? Why has Princess Charlotte unexpectedly become the focus of national attention? And why do some royal commentators believe this single decision could symbolize a changing era for the British monarchy? To understand why this reported moment has generated so much attention, it helps to step away from today's headlines and look at the larger story of the modern British monarchy, a story shaped by tradition, personal sacrifice, and the constant challenge of balancing private family life with an intensely public role. For generations, every senior royal has inherited more than titles and residences. They inherit expectations. Every public appearance, every gesture, and every decision is examined not only for what it means today, but for what it may reveal about the future of the crown. Even seemingly ordinary family moments can become symbols that commentators analyze for weeks. Prince William has grown up knowing that reality better than almost anyone. From childhood, his life unfolded before cameras. He experienced both the privilege and pressure of royal life while witnessing firsthand the extraordinary public affection for his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, and later the profound responsibilities carried by his father, now King Charles III. Those experiences have shaped the way many observers believe William approaches his own role as heir to the throne. Several royal commentators have suggested that William has consistently tried to place greater emphasis on stability, service, and family. While respecting centuries-old traditions, he has also appeared eager to modernize aspects of royal life, especially in the way his own children are introduced to public duty. Princess Catherine has shared that philosophy. Over the years, her public work has often focused on early childhood development, emotional well-being, and creating stable environments for young people. Many royal observers believe those priorities naturally influence how William and Catherine prepare Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis for lives that will be anything but ordinary. That careful balance has become increasingly important. Unlike previous generations, today's young royals are growing up in an age of constant social media, instant commentary, and worldwide scrutiny. Every photograph is analyzed. Every smile is interpreted. Every appearance creates headlines across continents within minutes. For William and Catherine, protecting their children's childhood while gradually preparing them for royal responsibility has become one of their greatest challenges. Princess Charlotte occupies a particularly unique position within that story. Although she is not the direct heir, Charlotte has repeatedly demonstrated remarkable confidence during public engagements. Royal supporters frequently notice her calm demeanor, natural composure, and awareness of royal protocol despite her young age. Some commentators have even remarked that she occasionally displays the quiet assurance once associated with Queen Elizabeth II during her early years. Whether or not those comparisons are fair, they reveal something important. The public increasingly sees Charlotte not simply as a royal child, but as someone who may eventually become one of the monarchy's most influential working royals. That growing public interest naturally increases the significance of every decision surrounding her. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla occupies a very different position within the royal family's evolving story. Her path into the monarchy was unlike that of almost any modern royal. Years of public criticism gradually gave way to broader acceptance as she assumed increasing responsibilities beside King Charles. Through hundreds of engagements supporting literacy, domestic violence awareness, and other charitable causes, Camilla has steadily established her own public identity. Yet history has never entirely disappeared. For many people, discussions surrounding Camilla inevitably intersect with memories of Diana and one of the most emotionally complex chapters in modern royal history. As a result, public perceptions often remain divided, even decades later. This complicated backdrop means that ordinary palace decisions are sometimes interpreted through much larger historical narratives. It is important to note that reports of disagreements within the royal family are often based on commentary rather than official confirmation. Buckingham Palace rarely comments on private family dynamics, leaving room for speculation that can quickly grow far beyond the available facts. Still, symbolism matters enormously within the monarchy. Who stands beside whom? Who accompanies whom? Who introduces the next generation? Who receives public attention during major events? None of these details exist in isolation. Royal historians frequently point out that small gestures often become lasting symbols because the monarchy communicates as much through tradition and appearance as through formal statements. That is precisely why recent discussion surrounding William and Charlotte has attracted such intense interest. Some royal observers believe William's decision reflected a deliberate effort to emphasize continuity between generations. Others argue it simply represented a father encouraging his daughter as she gradually becomes more comfortable with public life. Whatever the explanation, one question continues to echo across royal circles. If this was indeed part of William's long-term vision for the future monarchy, how would that vision be received by other senior members of the family? And could one carefully chosen public moment quietly reveal where the House of Windsor is heading next? Those questions set the stage for what happened next, a development that transformed a simple royal appearance into one of the most talked about stories of the season. The moment itself did not begin with raised voices or dramatic announcements. Like many memorable chapters in royal history, it unfolded quietly, surrounded by centuries-old tradition and watched by thousands of people who may not have realized they were witnessing a symbolic moment. According to reports and royal commentators, Prince William appeared especially intentional in the way Princess Charlotte was included during a recent royal appearance. Rather than remaining in the background, Charlotte seemed to receive careful encouragement, with William visibly guiding her through the occasion while allowing her confidence to shine naturally. Observers noted small details: a reassuring glance, a brief smile, a quiet conversation away from the cameras. Moments that lasted only seconds quickly became the focus of extensive discussion online. To many viewers, these interactions looked less like ordinary family affection and more like a father gradually preparing his daughter for the lifelong responsibilities that accompany royal life. Several commentators suggested that William's approach reflects lessons learned from his own childhood. Having grown up under relentless public attention, he appears determined to introduce his children to royal duty gradually rather than overwhelming them with expectations too soon. Charlotte, in particular, seemed remarkably composed. She greeted members of the public with confidence, maintained excellent royal etiquette, and appeared increasingly comfortable participating alongside senior members of the family. While still very young, her calm presence prompted comparisons from some royal observers to earlier generations of royals who displayed a similar sense of confidence during public engagements. The public response was immediate. Photographs of William and Charlotte circulated widely across social media, accompanied by comments praising the warmth of their father-daughter relationship. Many people described the interaction as genuine and reassuring, seeing it as evidence that the future generation of the monarchy is being prepared with care rather than pressure. Yet alongside the admiration came another narrative. According to some reports, the increased attention surrounding Charlotte's role also sparked renewed speculation about internal palace dynamics. Several royal commentators questioned whether William's visible emphasis on Charlotte represented a broader shift in how the next generation would be presented to the public. No official palace statement suggested disagreement, and there is no verified evidence confirming private conflict. However, speculation continued to grow as commentators debated whether William was quietly shaping a more streamlined vision for the monarchy. That discussion inevitably brought Queen Camilla into the conversation. As queen, Camilla plays an important constitutional and ceremonial role beside King Charles III. Over the years, she has worked to establish her own place within the institution while supporting the king's duties. Nevertheless, because the royal family attracts constant media attention, ordinary decisions are often interpreted through the lens of personal relationships and historical tensions. Some reports claim that Camilla was unhappy with the overwhelming public focus on William and Charlotte. Those claims remain unverified, and Buckingham Palace has not commented on such speculation. Still, the reports fueled widespread debate, with headlines suggesting that differing priorities within the royal family had once again become a subject of public interest. Royal experts cautioned against drawing firm conclusions from photographs alone. Body language can suggest warmth or confidence, but it cannot confirm private emotions or conversations. Even so, symbolism has always played a powerful role within the monarchy, where appearances often carry meaning far beyond the moment itself. As the discussion continued, attention shifted away from personalities and towards something much larger. Many historians noted that William appears increasingly focused on preparing the younger generation for public service. Rather than presenting his children simply as members of a famous family, he seems intent on helping them understand the values traditionally associated with the crown: duty, service, compassion, and continuity. Charlotte's growing visibility therefore became more than a charming family story. It became a symbol. To some, it represented the monarchy investing in its future. To others, it reflected William's confidence that the institution must evolve while preserving its most enduring traditions. Whatever interpretation one accepts, one fact remained undeniable: Charlotte had captured the public's imagination. Her confidence, composure, and quiet presence reminded many people that the future of the monarchy is no longer an abstract idea. It is already beginning to take shape through the next generation. As media coverage intensified, the story evolved beyond questions of individual relationships. Instead, it became a conversation about succession, responsibility, and how future leaders of the royal family will be introduced to a world that expects both tradition and modernity. Whether William intended to send such a message remains known only to those closest to him. But according to many observers, the lasting impact of that day had little to do with controversy and everything to do with the image left behind. A father walking beside his daughter, quietly preparing her for responsibilities that few people could ever imagine. That image, perhaps more than any headline, became the true story. And it raised one final question that reaches far beyond any single royal engagement. If this careful preparation continues, what kind of monarchy will Princess Charlotte one day help shape? And how might today's quiet decisions become tomorrow's defining legacy? As the headlines gradually fade and public attention moves on to the next royal engagement, the deeper significance of this story may have very little to do with rumors of disagreement and far more to do with the changing identity of the modern monarchy. It is worth remembering that reports of personal tension within the royal family often remain unconfirmed. Claims about private emotions or conversations should be viewed cautiously unless supported by official statements. Yet history has shown that symbolic moments can reveal how an institution wishes to present itself, even when no words are spoken. For Prince William, the challenge ahead is unlike that faced by any future monarch before him. He is preparing to lead an institution that is centuries old while meeting the expectations of a generation that values openness, authenticity, and personal connection. Every decision he makes today is likely influenced by a simple but profound question: how can the monarchy remain relevant without losing the traditions that define it? Many royal historians believe that answer lies not in dramatic reforms, but in carefully chosen moments. A walk together, a reassuring smile, a child gradually learning the meaning of public service. These seemingly ordinary scenes can communicate continuity more effectively than any official speech. Princess Charlotte has become an important part of that vision. Although she remains years away from carrying significant royal responsibilities, each carefully managed public appearance allows her to grow into the role naturally. Rather than being introduced to the public all at once, she is experiencing royal life step by step, supported by parents who appear determined to preserve as much normal childhood as possible while preparing her for extraordinary duties. That balance may ultimately become one of William and Catherine's greatest achievements. The monarchy has often been criticized for appearing distant or overly formal. By allowing the public to witness genuine family interactions, while maintaining appropriate privacy, they may be creating a new model of royal leadership rooted in both tradition and humanity. Queen Camilla's place within that future also deserves thoughtful consideration. Since becoming queen, she has carried out hundreds of public engagements and supported causes that have received relatively little attention compared with the headlines surrounding royal family dynamics. Whatever public opinion may be, her constitutional role remains an important part of King Charles III's reign. If reports of differing perspectives within the family have any basis, they would not necessarily represent an unusual crisis. Families, even royal ones, naturally contain different personalities, priorities, and generations. The monarchy has survived precisely because it has adapted while preserving its central purpose. Perhaps that is the true lesson hidden beneath this story. The future of the crown will not be shaped by one headline or one afternoon. It will be shaped over decades by countless quiet decisions, how young royals are prepared, how traditions evolve, and how each generation interprets its responsibility to serve. For Princess Charlotte, those lessons are only beginning. Today, she is a young girl learning from her parents. Tomorrow, she may become one of the most recognizable and influential members of the royal family. The confidence she builds now, the value she absorbs, and the example set by those around her could define not only her own future, but also the public image of the monarchy for decades to come. And for Prince William, every small moment with his children carries extraordinary weight. He is not simply raising a family. He is helping shape the next chapter of one of the world's oldest constitutional institutions. Whether future historians remember this reported moment as a turning point or simply another chapter in the royal family's evolving story remains to be seen. But its lasting value may lie in the questions it encourages us to ask about leadership, responsibility, legacy, and the quiet power of preparing one generation to inherit the duties of another. In the end, monarchies are sustained not only by crowns, ceremonies, or historic palaces. They endure because each generation chooses how to carry forward the values entrusted to them. And perhaps that is why a single image of a father guiding his daughter captured so much attention around the world. It wasn't simply a royal appearance. It was a reminder that every great legacy begins with small moments, moments that, years later, may come to define an entire era. The story of the royal family is never just about headlines. It is about the people behind the titles, the traditions they inherit, and the legacy they leave for generations to come. Whether today's events ultimately become a defining chapter in royal history or simply another moment of public discussion, they remind us that the future of the monarchy is being shaped one decision at a time. We'd love to hear your perspective. Do you believe Prince William's approach is helping prepare the next generation for modern royal life? And what role do you think Princess Charlotte will one day play within the monarchy? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next in-depth exploration of the British royal family, its history, and the stories that continue to captivate the world.